Hey guys, it's Vandy Ezra back on Cardfight Vanguard as the Vandy weekly videos. Because you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, sorry. This time, it's the end of one set and we start the next set, meaning we automatically have a week of small reveals. So this is the week that I have a break in, which is really nice because literally like right after this video goes up, I'm basically streaming and it's going to be like 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm recording this the day before, so I have a lot of things to do. Anyways, let's start with what we got. First up, we have our last card that was in the Lyrical Maestro booster because we all know one card ends up sneaking away from the rest. Instant Waitress Palmilier, grade 2 and 5k shield, 10k base. Auto and retire from rearguard circle by opponent's card effect. Slow blast 1 and put this card into your hand so she can recycle herself. It's really weird because I'm pretty sure Lyrical Monasterio was outside of the set that every nation got a grade 3 that when it's retired by the opponent's card ability, slow blast 1 to draw a card. Don't know why they couldn't make this that card, but whatever. Then we have Covenant of Wickedness. So really cool card if you were able to actually use it. Grade 2, normal order, perform one of the following, draw a card, soul charge 1, or if your Vanguard has Peel Melnus in the card name, search your deck for 1 Swordsman of the Demon's Covenant Mizael, call to rearguard circle, shuffle the deck. So this is the promo for the next Skyride manga. For the record, this card is not usable, at least the second ability, because Peel Melnus and the Swordsman are not in Vanguard right now. I'm assuming this D set 12 that is meant to be based off of cards that sound like they're involved with these two is probably going to have them in it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure these two cards are going to be in D set 12. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. Then we have some new Astashion cards, which is really cool that we happen to get Astashion support right after I started talking about it. First up, we have Conversion Elf, Great on Boost, 5k shield, 8k base. On opponent on guard circle, if you have a blast token, this uses 5 shield for the battle. If you have 8 or more blast gauges, soul blast 1 will get 15k instead of 5k. Pretty cool. Typically your gauges, well, if you're going first, you might blast your gauge down to 7, so right outside of that range on your first grade 3 turn if you hit the order early enough. But outside of that, you're going to have like a consistent 15k shield, which honestly is pretty helpful, or actually 20k shield, which is nice. And best case and worst case scenario, she's a 10k shield the second you hit grade 2, so not a bad grade 1. But we did get 2 new dragons added to Astashion's rank. First up is Valgros of Summer's Expanse, grade 2 and 5k shield, 10k base. Auto rearguard when it attacks a Vanguard. If your Vanguard's a grade 3 Garrett Astashion, it gets 5,000 power for the battle. At the end of the battle, retire to draw a card. So, it's a 15k swing, 1 strong grade 3 that nets you a draw. It is a mandatory skill, so just be wary of that. But thankfully, he opens up the rearguard circles, and since Astashion typically tends to multi-attack or bare minimum calls a unit to any rearguard circle during its attack, basically being able to empty the board and then still get benefit out of it is still pretty solid. And then auto put on guard circle, if you have a blast token, choose one of your opponent's rearguard. Any rearguard. And that unit's original power becomes 5,000 for the turn. So I'm assuming that doesn't count like if it's being boosted right now. Like it's the unit that's chosen's power will become 5k, but it's not going to automatically set the attacking power to 5k. It'll just set the base unit's power to 5k, and then after that, any boosters that were applied before will still be applied. So like if it was a 15k swing with the trigger, then the power boost will go down to whatever the trigger would have been plus the original 5k base. Honestly, not a bad grade 2 just for that reason alone. It forces out your opponent's extra guard, and it also gets you draws. Then we have Fridul Spring's Joy. This cool looking dragon's really good because it's a combination of some of the best cards out there for Astashion. Everyone runs mushrooms in it. This is basically mushrooms. This card is basically Twin Cast, the card that comes in the Astashion deck, and not to mention the fact that it gets you free plant tokens, and it works really well with Sleeve Tugging Bell, I think her name is. Great on boost, fact I showed AK base. I'll discard from your hand during your turn or during your ride phase specifically. If Vanguard's Astashion, call to 1 plant token for free. So just by ride decking at any point, you get a free plant token. Then act drop zone. If your Vanguard's a grade 3 Garrett Astashion, you bind this card from the drop zone to call up to 2 plant tokens to rearguard circle. You cannot bind cards the same card name as this card till end of turn. So unfortunately, you don't get soul out of this like you will Burrow Mushrooms, but you still get 2 plant tokens regardless, and this card can end up in drop zone, which again, you use for both of its remaining skills, and you also send it to drop zone for the, plant token superior call during ride phase. And then auto drop zone, when your Vanguard is Astashion's card in attack of any grade, bind this card in your Vanguard 10,000 power for battle. You cannot bind copies of this for the rest of the turn. So it's literally Twin Cast, except albeit you only get 10k out of it instead of like a possible 15k, but very solid grade 1. Get you tokens in 2 different ways, not to mention the fact that it increases your Vanguard's power. And there's literally no CB, soul, or energy cost attached to this. The only reason you want to run this as a 4 is of spacing, and I'm pretty sure Astashion has a space first because, again, better mushrooms. Then we have our Lance of Verdant Dragon, Great on Boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Such a cool looking card for a card I will never run. Auto put on guard circle. If your unit was retired from rear guard during this turn by any means, battle, or card effect, this gets 5,000 shield for the battle. If your opponent's Vanguard's a grade 3 greater, however, and you have no rear guards left, Soul Boss 1 gets 10,000 shield instead of 5,000. The best part about this is that's a 15k shield for a simple Soul Blast, while your opponent's at grade 3 and you have no rear guards, it's easy to do. The downside is to pull off any of that effect to begin with, you have to have at least lost one rear guard this turn, otherwise it's a vanilla. So while it has a good shield value, it requires your opponent to merc off your board. Thankfully enough decks either merc off the board inherently, or your opponent's probably going to kill a rear guard anyway just cause, so solid 2 of, I guess. Then we have Gleeful Dispenser, great turn set 5k shield, 10k base, auto place on rear guard circle from the hand, energy blast 4, choose a set order from your drop zone, put it to your hand. I don't know why I keep thinking this card's a Dark States card. That's okay. Energy blasting 4 to bounce back a set order isn't the greatest. If this was an Endoglemma, I could see reason for it. However, Endoglemma sends the orders back into deck, but if I send it to drop zones, it would be really good for it. But take that as you will if you want to run this or not. I wouldn't put it more than a 2 of, though, personally.
Okay, and let's wrap up these last few reviews because I'm about to start streaming in like an hour and I'm really hungry and I want to go get food. First up, we have the reveal of like what the Paralytic Clash is going to be like in the anime. So in Kanazawa, Kaga Province, I'm pretty sure that's either where most of DZ has taken place, or that would be where D takes place with Yu Yu and Blackout, where Keen and the others lived. I stand corrected. An abnormal phenomenon was observed. A city enveloped in thick fog, a soaring tower that is Phantasma. On the night of the crimson moon rises, they become Phantom. So Kina has a bio here. The protagonist, a third-year high school student. He's a family-oriented older brother who lives with his father, who is swamped with work, and his younger sister Hikari. He has a personality where he will not hesitate to do anything for anyone else. He stands up in order to return Kaga, which has become the Phantom World, to its original form. This is an interesting shot of Akina. This is the first time we've seen him like this. I love how, like, over the story, like, we kind of see him grow older because his personality kind of changes, or at least like his look changes a little bit. Then we have the new girl who all of us have been curious about, Kananami Ishigawa. So Kagetsu's younger cousin. That explains why he knows her. And an earnest pupil of the Vanguard classroom and a third-year high school student. She shares a deep bond with her older twin sister, and her radiant, lively spirit effortlessly charms all those around her. I think she was present when like Hikari did all her flashbacks in the hospital, so I think her older sister, if I'm correct, would be the one that has blue hair, I think. She steps forward alongside Akina to confront the sudden emergence of Phantasma. Well, there goes my theory that she was going to be a villain. And her ace unit is Great Magic Caster of Eternity Big Crew, a Stoicheia unit. I am so disappointed that this card is not the Stoicheia Mage, like the one that was named Stoicheia, the one that the nation was named after, because I've been waiting so long for them to do this, and this would have been the perfect opportunity, especially because my boy is returning. Servants of Taboo, Zorga Phantom. Oh, it's a Branket unit, actually. Huh, I didn't know that. And then Letis Mage S, Magnolia Phantom, which is... So I guess, like, the whole point of the Phantom World is that I thought it was weird that I didn't think of it until after this, but I think that means that, like, the Phantom World is gonna, like, mess around with a lot of units, or, like, units are gonna have, like, different nations, which is weird, because I had a dream about this, like, 2 nights ago, but cool. So Zorg is now a Branket user. Please, Masanori, come back. And Magnolia is now a Stoicheia unit. If this is not Masanori, it's gonna be the main villain, I can already tell. And then we have the set name, obviously, is called Paralytic Clash, releases on February 13th in Japan. Then we have our new units for this set, the set 12. We have Clockwork Dragon for Chronojet, Great Turn set 5k shield, 10k base, continues for Vanguards of Chrono. If you have a Chronojet Crest, it gets all the following. During your turn, continues rear guard. If your Vanguard's a grade 4 grade, it gets 5,000 power. Auto rear guard or drop zone. When your unit strides during your turn, bind this card to choose a normally less than for the drop zone and bot deck it. If you put a grade 3 or greater card, choose your Vanguards or heart until end of your turn. Reduce the next counterblast cost you pay for that card's ability by 1. So basically, your stride skill and all of your skills that the strides themselves have are for free. So combine that with your really cool order, because this card doesn't have to be just for the cost, it has to be in drop zone or on rear guard. When you stride, you automatically have 2 skills for free, which is nice. And then continues guard circle, these things 5,000 shield, 10k shield. Not bad grade 2. If you have space that you want to put this in your Chronojet deck for, it's a solid 3F. Then we have Knight of Contrivance Nonchalant, Great on Boost 5k shield, 8k base, auto reveal for your drive check. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard of Luhan in the card, you may call this card to an open back or rear guard circle, then act rear guard. If your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater Luhan, yeet this to soul, choose normally less central for the drop zone, bot deck it, so you can return your superior right target or your Marises back to deck while also getting soul cards. And it's cool that he can call himself to the rear guard circle via the drive checks. Then we have Knight of Sword Force Keterif, Great on Boost 5k shield, 8k base, love the art. Continues rear guard circle. If your Vanguard's a grade 3 grade Luhan, this uses 5,000 power, 5,000 shield, active during both players' turns. Auto rear guard and drop zone. When your grade 3 grade Vanguard Leho Morris, the superior right, and his card name is placed during your battle phase, put this card in the bottom of your deck, and this unit gets auto Vanguard. When your drive check reveals a normal unit, you may bind that card. If you do, put that card to your hand, and this ability is lost until end of turn. What was this point of this ability? You may bind that card. If you do, put that card into your hand. I don't understand what this is saying. Is this just saying like you bind the drive check and then you just put the drive check back into your hand. I'm confused, but I mean, cool. This is a 13k base, 10k shield the second you hit Luhan. I want someone to explain to me this skill because I'm very confused, but sure. Then we have Knight of Sustenance Aiden, grade 2 and stuff 5k shield, 10k base. Auto plus on rearguard circle, if your vanguards of Luhan, energy plus 3, search your deck or drop stone for 1, soul rinsing spring of dragons. See, I was so confused because the whole deck looked like it focused on the order, but then like there was no way to search the order. So cool that we can just hard search it now, but just energy blast 3 when this thing's placed by any means from anywhere. Really put it to hand shuffle your deck if you searched it. If your vanguards are grade 3 or greater Luhan, reduce the cost of the counterblast of the next soul rinsing spring of dragons you play by 1. So not only can you grab this on your grade 2 turn because your grade 2 is a Luhan, but literally once you hit grade 3 you can play your order for free. And then auto from a rearguard circle, when your grade 3 you're going to Vanguard Luhan Morris's card name attacks or is placed during the battle phase. If you have another rearguard saying card name is this unit gets continues rearguard. This unit gets all the trigger effects your Vanguard gets end of turn. So cool. It gets the trigger effects of the Vanguard, solid, and again it can pull your order out, which I think checks the top 5 for rearguard. I haven't looked at Soul Dragon Springs in a while. I remember it gets you rearguard, I just don't remember how, but cool. Very solid grade 2. This is an easy 4 of. And then the last news we have for today would be the new encounter units for this set, who me and my friend both agreed on like months ago when what's it called, Chronojet and Messiah got their second G units, where we were trying to theorize what these two G units would be, and I was actually dead on. I said Mugen Lord and Dragwanker Ogma. Look what happened. Mugen Lord, Dragwanker Ogma, and then we have Stealth Beast Tamahagane. It's been so long since I've said that. Metsu, which is one of my favorite units for Shiranui. And then we have Drag Wizard Fumok coming back. So cool, this is going to be fun, and next week we're going to get Ogma. So I'm going to explain here. Hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join us on Twitch. I'll see you all next one to set up your Vanguards.